Hi, how are you guys? My name is Okatsu. Nice to meet you. Okay, stop. Uh, yeah, I know it's been a while since I've actually uploaded anything. It's been like a nice and long 3 months or something like that. I don't know. I don't look at my channel. But anyway, I have, like, pretty recently been doing battles, and I have a bunch of them saved up, so I'm gonna actually start to commentate these. So, the first one I have is against SacredFireNegro. Y'all know him as Nick. He actually uploaded his side of this battle already, but I decided, you know, why not? I can upload my side anyway. I do what I want. And, you know, people like battles against big names as opposed to just like battles against random people, as I've seen. But yeah, so I'm just gonna commentate my side of the battle. Shout out to Nick, he shouted me out on his own channel. I really appreciate that. He's a cool guy. But anyway, this is a UU battle, and I'm just gonna get straight into it. There we go. So again, this is a UU battle. This is actually before my UU team was finished. It's not actually supposed to have this Yin Shao on it, but it does because I didn't have a Celebi yet. So anyway, I lead off with my Yin Shao because I expect him to lead off with the Galvantula and try to get up webs. So I figure I lose nothing by going for the fake out first turn. I take a bit of life orb damage, and next turn I expect him to go for the sticky wag, so I was just going to U-turn out of there and go to my Crobat. But he actually goes for the Thunder and ends up bringing me down to such low HP, and I didn't expect the U-turn to kill the Galvantula, but it ended up doing so anyway. And so I'm gonna kill his Galvantula, is good for me, but then I'm just gonna actually die off to my life orb, which is kind of trade-off right at the beginning there. I'm just happy he didn't get set up his web that battle though, even though I do have a defogger, so I'm not really that worried about it. But he sends out his Noivern, and I'm gonna send out my Empoleon. Now the only thing that he's worried about here is me having Ice Beam, but since I'm actually the Sub-Petaya set, I only run two stabs, Sub and Agility, so I have Flash Cannon and Hydro Pump. And I'm just gonna go for the substitute after he misses his first Draco Meteor. I'm gonna get an Agility boost up, and I'm gonna set up my sub, and I forget that not Draco Meteor, but Noivern actually has Infiltrator, so he's gonna be able to do a hell of a lot of damage to me through my sub, which is pointless now. And but after his second Draco Meteor, he is gonna put me in torrent range. And I also forgot to mention, this is before I even had a Petaya Berry to put on my damn Empoleon, so it's just gonna be useless. It's just gonna be an Empoleon dying behind a sub. But since he doesn't want his Noivern to die, he's gonna switch it out as I go for the Flash Cannon on his Umbreon. Now, since I don't have the Petaya boost, this Flash Cannon isn't gonna be doing anything to the Umbreon. But keep in mind, I am still a Torrent Empoleon, and Hydro Pump Stab with Torrent Boost is going to be doing a ton of damage. Unfortunately, right here, I missed the first one, which is kind of a trade-off, I guess, since he did miss his first Draco Meteor. But he's going to be able to take out my sub with his Foul Play here, and I'm not going to be able to set up another one because I only have enough HP to set up one sub at this point. And if I do set it up, it's just going to be taken down, and I'm going to be left at like 2 HP. So I'm just going to opt to sack off my Empoleon wall. Fortunately, I do hit the Hydro Pump this turn, and you see how much damage that did. Oh my lord, Empoleon is a monster. If I had the Petaya Berry, that would have been a dead Umbreon. It would have been a dead team when the battle is over. But I didn't, so there it is. I'm going to lose my Empoleon to the Foul Play there, and I'm going to send out my Crobat, Mamazuzu. And that's Big Mama right there. And I'm gonna take out his Umbreon with the Brave Bird. I do have Skyplate on this Crobat because Skyplate Brave Bird actually does a ton of work. It does so much more damage than people would expect it to. But he's gonna switch out to his Haxorus. Now, I'm already thinking that this thing is gonna go for Dragon Dance, but I had no reason not to switch into my Arcanine just to get the Intimidate off and possibly get a burn off next turn. He goes for the Dragon Dance, so he's going to get back to neutral attack, and he's going to have +1 speed at this point. And he's going to go for a Dragon Dance again, getting a bit greedy, as I go for the Will-O-Wisp this turn, knowing that I could take an Earthquake and survive. So I'm going to go for the Will-O-Wisp, cutting his attack down to half again, so that one boost that he's got to his attack isn't going to be doing anything at all. And I'm going to switch out and go into my Crobat again, as I expect him to go for the Earthquake, which he does. So good prediction on my part. He's going to take some burn damage, and I'm just going to pull a switch back into my Arcanine because it does have the Rocky Helmet. It is going to get another Intimidate off, so now he's back at +0. Yeah, he has no boost now, and he's burned, so it's going to be doing nothing. This Dragon Claw is going to be completely eaten up. It does like 1/4 of my damage, surprisingly, actually, and he's going to take damage from his Life Orb, my Rocky Helmet, and the burn. So I knew he was going to go for Earthquake this turn, but I figured it wasn't really worth it to add more turns of the battle, switching out and switching in and all that nonsense. So I'm just going to stay in and go for the close combat. Maybe I should have gone for the Morning Sun to like preserve my HP and gone for the, what is it called, the Extreme Speed next turn just to take it out. But I really had no confidence that Extreme Speed would be able to kill the Haxorus with no attack EVs. So he's going to switch into his Darmanitan. Now I'm wondering if this thing is banded or scarfed, so I'm going to switch out to my Aerodactyl, basically as a fodder. Also, sorry the size of the screen is cut off. You guys can still see the whole battle, so it's not that important. But yeah. He's going to take me down to 3 HP. That might be a roll, but it's not like it really matters. This Aerodactyl is Focus Sashed. But based on all that damage that it did, I now know that the Darmanitan is, in fact, Choice Banded. So he's going to switch out into his Yuliana, the Trevenant here, after he goes for a Flare Blitz, completely decimating my Aerodactyl. And this turn, I go for the Aerial Ace. Wow, I just bumped my desk. Good job. I go for the Aerial Ace, and he goes for the Leech Seed, expecting me to switch out. He probably thought that this was my Mega, which is why he thought I would try and save it. But really, the only thing that it really does is get up rocks. And well, it doesn't even have rocks. I couldn't get rocks on it. I forgot that I didn't gen a rocks Aerodactyl when I could. But I'm just gonna sack that off, and I'm gonna go into my Ampharos here. It's gonna get ready to smite this Trevenant right now. He actually goes for the Curse on this turn as I get my agility up, which is just gonna have me all sorts of fucked up because it's gonna be taking 1/4 of my HP each turn, including this turn. But fortunately for me, I just bumped my desk again. Fortunately for me, he didn't get his Harvest on this turn, so I'm gonna go for a Thunderbolt, knowing that nothing else could come in on it, even though nothing could really come in on the Dragon Pulse either. But I'm going to just be taking even more damage. Now that the second turn curse has been in effect, I'm down to half health on my Ampharos. And he's going to be able to send out his Noivern, and since I don't actually outspeed Noivern with agility, because Mega Ampharos is hella slow, so he's just going to be able to take out my Ampharos with the Draco Meteor right then and there. So Ampharos doesn't really get to put in that much work, even though I tried to set him up, but didn't really turn out that well. So Ampharos dies, and I send him my Crobat again, and I'm just going to go for the Brave Bird, knowing that it's going to be able to take this Noivern out right now. And now that his Noivern is dead, or fainted, whatever. Now his Noivern is gone, out of the way. His last Pokemon is his Darmanitan, and I know that even though I know he's not Scarfed, I'm just going to switch out to my Arcanine and intimidate him, make the band the band doesn't even exist anymore. He's gonna take recoil damage and Rocky Helmet damage from these 2 turns, because I actually survived the very first Flare Blitz he goes for. So he takes a bit of recoil and Rocky Helmet damage. I'm gonna go for the Extreme Speed on this turn, just trying to take him out. It's not gonna do quite so, but he does go for the Flare Blitz again. And the Rocky Helmet is going to end up taking his Darmanitan out. in a trade-off for the last Pokemon, so that's gonna be close 1-0. I still had my Crobat, and yeah, good battle. So yeah, thanks a lot to Nick for shouting me out, and I'm gonna try and get back into this whole Pokemon commentating thing. So thanks for watching, guys, and peace out.